So quick update video on the milk crate solar power system. The wiring configuration how it is works perfectly fine, but I found a fault point. If the voltage open circuit of your PV array string were to exceed the max output voltage of this power supply, the filtering part of this circuit in the capacitors would blow. And this is very unlikely because of the max wattage input of this solar charge controller. But if you want to do that, I would highly recommend connecting this switching power supply directly to the battery through the fuse block. It will charge in half as much time, but you can crank this PV input to 100 volts without any problem. And having a small solar panel and a PSU in parallel does not cause any issue. The solar panel on its own acts as a diode, and this power supply does not provide enough power to overcome the blocking effects of that panel. Also, the voltage of this power supply is regulated and the current is limited, so you cannot destroy this solar charge controller by connecting this at the input. And you can think of this power supply as a 48 volt open circuit 10 amp solar panel, and we are putting it in parallel with another solar panel. If we had multiple parallel strings above 3, then we would have to add our own overcurrent protection, and many people use these power supplies to charge batteries, so you don't have to worry about it being connected to an amp source. If we had a lot of these at a higher voltage pushing against a single solar panel, we might be able to destroy it, but that would be pretty tough. And this is the same reason why if you have a solar array with more than 3 parallel strings, you need an OCPD for each string. So in this instance, I don't see this being a problem at all, but if you want to be on the safe side, simply connect the V negative to the main negative terminal and the V positive to one of the fuse block outputs. And then set the output voltage to 14.4 volts. That is the perfect absorption voltage for this chemistry of battery. Another update is I messed up my links. If you guys ordered the inverter and it was cheaper than what I listed on the video and in the description, that's because it's the modified sine wave version. Click on the link again and it will give you the pure sine wave model. And I totally messed that up. This thing looks just like the modified sine wave version, and yeah, that was an accident. And I'm going to leave this system connected to a solar panel array and an AC charger for the next couple weeks just to ensure that it works perfectly. Another thing I wanted to point out is people were talking about the screen of the MPPT, and personally I don't like to look at that. I would like to add a shunt to the system just to see state of charge and to ensure that I'm having max output with my solar panels, but if I have to check my system all the time, that means that it's badly designed. With this system, I want to keep it connected to solar panel power all the time, and I want to use it as an uninterruptible power supply. I want to run this inverter 24 hours a day, and if I calculate for a specified load, I want to be able to power it. If I have to check the stats of my system, that means that it's undersized. But if you want to add a shunt to this system, you absolutely can. You just have to add it to the main negative terminal and put a bus bar. But that would increase the price of this system quite substantially. And what's really nice about these milk crates is that you can stack them. And look, there's holes so you can put big conductors through them. You can have a positive and a negative right here. And there's going to be more milk crate builds in the future. I really like this. Even if something were to go wrong, you have an insulator, everything's protected, non-combustible chemistry. So yeah, if everything were to fail, this would be the best place to do so. Because honestly, you never know when an inverter will fail. Cheap inverters fail, expensive inverters fail, so you never know. And that's pretty much it for the updates to this system. This is a very simple system, so I don't think many people will have any problems with it. And I hope you guys liked the previous video. There were a lot of comments and I really liked reading them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.